right, let's do this. Hey, friends. I am so glad you guys are all here. We are so excited for tonight. We love cooking with you guys, and especially when we get to do a dessert. This is, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but we love desserts. We really, really,
Mhm,
really do. Um, and I think that's part of the reason we do everything that we do is we want to be able to eat the fun things. Just like
mhm.
you, we want to be able to eat the fun things. That's part of the reason you're here, right? I mean, we talked to a couple of you before we started recording, so I heard you. We heard you. So
Mhm.
here's what's happening tonight. Let's acknowledge all of you ladies who are in the room. A lot of you are busy women. You're holding it all together, taking care of everybody else, right? Chronic
Mhm.
dieting, maybe, or got to have that health plan that you restart every single Monday. The woman thinks that you should have this all figured out. It seems like it should be easy, but it's just not as easy as you think to apply it and consistently and sustainably. So, we're going to get started. And one of the things I want to leave you with and kick this off with is remember, tonight is not about rules, it's not about perfection, and it's not about another plan that you have to follow and include in your day. And there's no task lists or anything like that. Okay. We both have notes because otherwise, you guys, we would go off on so many tangents and we'd be here all night. So please bear with us as we look at our notes and we speak. All right. We are going to understand a little bit more about why your body reacts the way that it does. All right. And we're going to do so while making a lovely, lovely treat using chocolate. Yes, chocolate. We were serious about that, dead serious about that. We want to talk about how food can actually help your nervous system feel safer again, not
Mm.
send it on roller coasters. It can make you feel safer. And that's actually what helps curb those cravings and helps go them make them go bye-bye. Okay. So we're gonna we're gonna make this very simple tonight. We're gonna keep it really easy, really lighthearted. That's what we do when we cook.
Mhm.
Um, we're not calling anybody out. Okay. You guys don't have to
Yeah.
share on camera, none of that. When we get to Q&A, we're gonna shut off the cameras so that everybody has a chance to ask their questions privately. One thing we found out over the years that Carrie and I have been working in this field is that there are a lot of questions you ask that you do not want documented for the rest of the world to see. So, out of respect for
Yeah.
that, at the end we're gonna cut it off. So, while you are here, and we give you full permission to receive. So, if
Mm.
you're cooking with us, get all your ingredients ready.
Yeah, we're so excited about this. It's so funny. I love that you said like we're still cooking chocolate. So anyone I was telling about this, they were like, "Oh, the sugar knockout coach. Oh, the sugar knockout coach is she's going to have chocolate." And I'm like, When did I ever give out the impression that I don't ever eat sugar?" So that's really
What?
another reason why we wanted to do dessert this evening, right? And talk about a lot of things around diets and why diet and restriction actually makes cravings worse. That is what we're going to talk about today. So some tough love, right? Because we're doers, we're ladies, right? If dieting and restriction work, none of us would be here. Not me, not Bonnie, not anybody here, right?
Nope.
Because women get shit done. Okay. It's not a
Mhm.
willpower issue. Like we have all the willpower in the world. We can get anything done. And I think that's why so many women come to us because they're like, what is happening here? Right.
Mhm.
So a lot of us have lived the same loop. Tell me if this sounds familiar. Okay. You're super motivated. You get on an eating plan, then it starts getting a little hard. So you're really trying to be good. You're trying to be good. You're trying to hold it together. And you slip. Oops. And then
Yes.
we go down a shame spiral, right? I used to do this all the time, right? But we're not here to fix that. We're not here to fix you. You don't need fixing. You're perfectly
Mm-mm.
fine the way that you are. We want to change the conversation around cravings and change the condition that create the cravings. When you know what creates the cravings, you can work to fix that, not fix yourself, not fix willpower. And yes, he can still enjoy chocolate. So that's why we wanted to make this dessert on purpose so that women can trust themselves around dessert and around food again. So in
Mhm.
our master class and in our 90 days, we talk about this, but we want to touch on this a little bit. Scarcity, the I shouldn't, I can't, we want to rewire all of that. The I can't have that creates like scarcity, right? So your brain doesn't know that you're counting calories. It just thinks that there's scarcity, that you're not safe, right? And that's when it holds on to things like weight. And that's why you start to have really bad sugar cravings, right? It's so interesting too, because when I'm told I can't do something, like that's all I can think about, right? So the minute
Yeah.
there's scarcity, that's what you think about. I can't have chocolate cake. All I want to eat is chocolate cake. I mean, hello. Let's so if you're thinking that like I can't or you start and you can't stop, like you are so in the right place for us to talk about this evening. So excited for that. So excited.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah. And like Carrie said, I mean, your body doesn't know the difference between a good can't and a bad can't.
Mhm.
Can't is a threat. That that means something's restrictive. That means you're not going to be able to fulfill something vital that your body and your brain feels like it needs. So what happens in that case? Stress hormones rise. Cortisol rises. Your digestion slows and in many cases it stops.
Yeah.
Digestion really only happens when you're in rest. Okay. Rest and digest. You've heard that phrase. If you followed us for any length of time, you've heard rest and digest. Your blood sugar becomes harder to regulate. That's where the cravings come in because your body doesn't know when it's actually got the calories and the nutrients it needs. It
Yeah.
thinks it's still in scarcity mode. And that's where your nervous system becomes more reactive.
Mhm.
It likes calm, it likes balance, it likes safe.
Mhm.
It does not like the unknown, it does not like scarcity, and it definitely does not like being told that it can't do something.
Yeah.
So, we're here to help you stop that.
Yeah. And I have to look at my notes for this because I wanted to share some quick facts and put dieting into context here, right? So dieting culture didn't start on social media. We know this, right? But did you know when it did start? Because pamphlets for dieting came out in the 1800s. People were thinner than ever. Scared, talk about scarcity, right? Some people are actually starving, famine, flu, all of that, because people wanted a quick fix and a sense of control. My, how little has changed. Um, but I thought you'd also find this funny because so a lot of these famous diet plans and all these trends, these were not made to be lifestyles or long term. They were for a specific reason. And then people got excited about the weight loss benefits and just took it and ran with it. So keto is one of these. Bonnie actually told me about this, but it's so
Mhm.
fascinating. So in the 1920s, it was developed as a clinical therapy for epilepsy. So it was mimicking the seizure reducing effects of fasting. Fasting was helping reduce seizures and in some cases eliminate them at all, right? So this was a framework to help these specific bunch of people, but we have all taken it and run with it and we try to fit ourselves in this box of eating keto and sometimes that's really that's really hard. And I think that's when
Yeah.
that comes in and we try to rewire our ladies' brains around all of this is like we said, they can't, but it's like you go off your plan or what you thought was your exact plan. Like we have in our head, we want it to go this way. And then we don't do it exactly that way. And we feel like we've failed. Like we have so many women who come like, oh, I just didn't. And we're like, that doesn't matter. Right. None of that matters. Because then guilt, shame, and then you're starting over again on Monday. Or I used to be like, well, forget it. I've already eaten, a cookie when I didn't want to eat any. So I'll just finish the whole bag and let that go. Right. And then what comes up?
Yeah.
Shame. And we do not want any of that.
No. If you guys listen to Mel Robbins, she talks a lot about shame. She
Hmm.
talks about the shame culture. Well, the shame culture is very closely related to diet culture. It's
Hmm.
all based on similar philosophies,
Hmm.
and one of the things that we take for granted is those diets, like the keto diet. I mean, they were derived for reasons, right?
Yeah.
But they weren't long term. Like even keto, guys, if you eat keto straight for 2 years, That was their threshold, 2 years. And
Yeah.
after that, B vitamins bottomed out and they were now no, they were sicker than they were before. So they had to do a cycling thing. There are strategies for that, but there are specific medical conditions for each and every single one of the diets that are out there. Not that all of them are wrong, not that they're inaccurate. They're not, they're correct. But in today's day and age, I mean, really, there's no need to go down a shame spiral of
Mhm.
I didn't do, or
Mhm.
I messed up, or I screwed up and
Yeah.
I blew it. I get so many text messages. I blew it today. Well, no, you had a cookie at 3 o'clock instead of a glass of water. And
Yeah, I love that. I blew it. The whole thing's shot because I didn't do that. It's that
yeah,
perfectionism. Yeah. Mhm.
yeah. It's not fight or flight, you guys. It really, that's not fight or flight. That's I wanted a cookie. I had a cookie. So then you just go right back to healthy eating the next meal.
Mhm.
It's something that a lot of us don't talk about. And when you go down the spiral of I blew it,
Mhm.
your cravings are going to get louder. Okay. A stressed body always craves fast fuel. We are designed this way. This is how our body operates. We cannot get around it. But we can learn more about our own nervous system, the things that help us individually tick and tick
Mhm.
well and not crave that fast fuel. Let the cravings that get louder be for healthier choices,
Yeah.
be for rest when you need rest and activity when you need activity versus
Mm.
craving a brownie or a cookie or chips or french fries or fast food. We've all been there, you guys. We have all been there. This is not because you're weak. It is because your nervous system is doing what nervous systems do when stressed.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
we are going to reframe this. All right. We're going to start tonight. We're going to reframe it a little bit. This is a safety and a nourishment problem.
Mhm.
Repeat that with me. This is a safety and a nourishment problem. And I'm getting some looks right now, but I'm telling you that's what it is. When you nourish your body well, it tells your body that the nutrients it needs, the micronutrients it needs, as well as those macros, it's in plenty. It is abundant. It is everywhere. The energy is stable. The nourishment is sustainable. Okay. There's no need to panic. You got to tell your nervous system not to panic almost every day. Almost every day. It will seek it's like so I love my mother-in-law. Let's go there. I love my mother-in-law, but my mom was the mom that was very standoffish. Oh, you got hurt? All right, well go,
Yeah.
dust it off. Got it. There's ice in the
Yeah.
fridge if you need it. And my mother-in-law is the complete opposite. She worries about everything. Now,
Mm.
you could be the worry word, or you could just figure out how in your day-to-day life you can give those signals to your nervous system that we're good.
Yeah.
We have plenty to nourish ourselves. It tastes good because pleasure center is a thing. And it's not that you're behaving.
Yeah.
We don't go there. It's because you've now told your internal alarm systems, you're good.
Mhm.
Stand down. Just stand down, have a seat, rest. We don't need you right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, nourishment isn't eating perfectly, and it's interesting because as we're helping our women, like, rewire the brain, it's like, this is why we're making dessert, right? Because you can't eat dessert. You make a choice
Mhm.
to have dessert, and then you enjoy the heck out of that dessert, right? Because I, for years, just scarfed down things like, "Oh, it didn't happen," right? If I
Oh,
eat it
yeah.
really fast, it didn't
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
And so we're telling women to actually sit there and enjoy the thing they think they shouldn't be having if they made a conscious choice to have the thing. And it actually does
Yeah.
create this safety and really this trust over fear, right? We just want to be consistent with choices, and creating, again, a safety. We feel safe, right? We're not using food to manage emotions. We're severing the tie of
Exactly.
that, right? And it's because I have nourished myself and I went to a party and I wanted to eat a piece of cake. So I'm going to enjoy a piece of cake. It's really that simple. If you're sitting there like, no, listen up. because it is so doable. Okay. And so that's why we're making a real dessert. This is not a
Yeah,
diet dessert. Okay. This isn't made with fake sugar and all the things because you really just want that chocolate cake and you're trying to mix it. This is not like that at all. And we're going to explain to you exactly why, what we're putting the ingredients in, and why.
absolutely, absolutely. These are these are what I like to have in my freezer or in my fridge.
Mhm.
They're quick, easy, grab 2 or 3 of these suckers, pop them in your mouth, you get a nice treat, you get protein, you get some fats, you get some healthy sugar,
Yeah.
and you move about your day.
Hmm.
It's
Yeah.
these I love these recipes. So what are we making today? We are
Mhm.
making
So
protein balls.
I'm going to be demonstrating in the kitchen. So I have a mini food
Mhm.
processor because for those of you who don't know, I don't have a ton of gadgets. I just have little baby gadgets. So in here is already our ground almonds, but we're going to start with cherries. We'll talk
Yes.
about those.
Yes.
So,
So now you guys see cherries, like maraschino cherries, right? And you're like, oh, those are the cherries you're talking about. No, 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 no. So for this recipe, we're using dried cherries, but we're going to talk about regular cherries. So you want unsweetened dried cherries. Okay. You can usually, like Carrie showed you, you can find them in the bulk aisle.
mhm,
They are not very expensive at all. They're very sweet. Even the or not the dark cherries, but the bitter cherries that you would get, the sour cherries that you would get in the juice jars, because there's the sweet dark and then there's the sour. They still, when they're dried, they still bring out all the sweet. Okay.
mm,
Sugar
yeah,
is not evil, you guys. Sweetener, not evil. It's the type of sweet that matters. Okay.
yeah,
And with cherries, they have natural sweetness. Their fiber is off the chart. Okay. It helps slow your blood sugar response. The polyphenols, they support inflammation, which is the balance and the recovery. And there are a couple of polyphenols within cherries. Specifically, we're talking about cyanine, yeah, cyanine, and melatonin. These help you if you're fighting autoimmune dysfunction. All these Latin words, oh my goodness. Um, it's so crazy when you get into nutrition for therapeutics and you get into herbal medicine, like the amount of
hmm.
constituents that are these very long words that I don't even know how they pronounced them back in the day. It's
Oh,
hilarious. Anyway, um, all of these things help satisfy that sweet without triggering an inflammatory response.
mhm,
Nothing. It doesn't trigger your nervous system to say, "Hey, alert, alert." Doesn't do that. Does
yeah.
not do that at all. No panic mode.
No, yeah, and they're so yummy. They're so yummy. And so, yeah, these have no added sugar. And then, so in here is some almonds that I've already blended together. And those have healthy fats and a little bit of protein. So we talk a lot about, as Bonnie said, fiber, healthy fat, and protein help
Mhm.
stabilize sugar. So if even if I was eating dried cherries that then they added sugar and all the other stuff all by itself, it would spike my blood sugar and then my blood sugar would drop. But the fiber, healthy fat, and all the stuff that we're putting together, it's going to keep it nice and even. So we have less cravings and we can still enjoy this stuff, right? And almonds, good for it's so healthy fat, fiber, it slows digestion, right? So again, we're not spiking blood sugar and feeding our brain. So I am going to grind this up in here with the almond. It's going to make like a little bit of a paste. Hold on, my baby got stuck. I might actually put a little bit of water in this, I think. So this is why I did the almonds ahead of time.
Mhm. Yeah. And, like, when you mix the cherries in, the sweetness and, the moisture starts to really
Yeah,
gum it up.
which we're very excited about. So little balls.
Mhm.
I'm going to put a teensy bit of water in. Now, this recipe said that you can also soak the dried cherries, but I didn't want to go there with them. So That's why we're doing it with this. You could do it both ways.
And I mean, something to keep in mind too is if you soak the cherries, sometimes they get too mushy, too
That's
moist.
kind of what I was thinking. Ah, okay. All right. One more little ding around and it is looking so good, you guys.
Yeah.
Love it. My son is so excited to melt the chocolate for me to put on top. Okay. Said, okay, well, let me show you the chocolate we're going to use. You want to get started off camera doing that for us? I wish you guys could see the happy dance. Like, I really do. Okay. So, uh, you can put the whole thing in there if you want. Oh, well, then save whatever you want. What do you have to like half of it? Put on super low. You know how to do the double boiler. Okay. All right. So now taking our cherry almond, and I'm just going to form it
Yay.
into little balls.
There you go. And it's you guys. So when I make this, so the reason I'm not making it is I found the bottom part of my food processor and not the top. So that is why Carrie's demonstrating today. We're having a little bit of a spousal quiet argument about where things go.
Bring it, Bonnie. So, thank you.
um,
Well, and yeah. So listen, we're humans. We don't know where things go. We want to, get our significant others and be
yeah.
like, "Why are you doing it? Why?" So
He's
I'm
in reality, he's probably thinking the same thing about me. So it's all good. We've been doing this for a while. But that being said, if for those of you that don't like to touch it, this little, you see how little it is? This little scooper,
mm,
it's not big enough for a cupcake, but it's a tiny little mini cookie scooper. And that's what
ooh,
I use to make all my balls because you scoop, drop, scoop, drop, scoop, drop.
mm-hmm.
You don't have to press them together. It's really convenient.
Just rinsing my hands off.
You're good. So, what's the deal with dark chocolate? So, one of the things, so this is the one that I got, the Enjoy. It's dairy free. There's several of them out there. This is the one that is free from 14 allergens. So, if you have issues with celiac, dairy, things like that, this is the way that I would go. This is the way a lot of us go. Um, it's unsweet chocolate. There is sugar in it, and there is cocoa butter. So, really, in this recipe, this is going to be the only sweet added. Um, but why dark chocolate? Well, I mean, it's good, first of all. Second, magnesium. You guys, magnesium, and there's some resveratrol that kicks out of there.
Mm,
I mean, delicious, delicious, delicious. You don't have to deprive yourself of a chocolate treat. And the good part about dark chocolate, too, is that the longer it sits in your mouth, the more your brain soaks up that magnesium. So don't just throw it in your mouth and move on. Take a bite, savor it, enjoy it. Let your
yeah.
brain connect.
Mm-hmm.
It tastes much better, I'm telling you.
Oh my gosh, it does. Yeah. Like, and that's the other thing too. When we're explaining to people, enjoy the heck out of that bite. Like, you can
Mhm.
actually, maybe you only want a few bites of chocolate cake, which I know sounds crazy because to me, like, I could just eat the whole thing, like back in the day.
Yeah,
But if you're actually enjoying it, then you're like, oh, maybe that was enough. You can
yeah,
actually let it all connect. So, and this is
absolutely.
lighting up pleasure centers without punishment or any connection to that. So your brain knows that it doesn't have to binge. We don't need to now go on a binge because we're lighting up pleasure centers over, 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 where actually make the connection that food is pleasure and I am allowed to have this. So awesome.
Yes, yes.
So this dessert is it's balanced, right? It's not extreme. Like we said, it has healthy fat, it has some fiber, it's going to have some yummy chocolate. I actually got the Lily's dark chocolate. So, this is kind of what nourishment looks like in real life. Like when you try these,
Yeah,
you're going to see how delicious these actually are. And this isn't going to trigger cravings or that old craving loop. We talk a lot about this in our master class and in our program. It's not going to be a part of that anymore because you're breaking the loop.
yeah. Yeah, we love talking about breaking that loop because the loop is what keeps us stuck. The
Mhm.
loop is what keeps you in that restrictive mindset where you think that restriction is going to be the way to go, or you think adding 50 million things to your task list, that's the way to go. It's not. It's finding somewhere that is sustainable, somewhere that's balanced, that is healthy for your mind, your body, and your budget. Because
Yeah.
truth be told, you guys, I mean, healthy eating, can it be super expensive? Absolutely. But it can also be budget friendly. It's all about choices. It's all about slowly incorporating various things into your world so it doesn't feel like such a shock.
Mhm.
That's where a lot of us go wrong. A dessert like this is something very simple. You just include it into your week. Like once a week, you make this or you make a different dish. We have tons of them in our community. And you start including them little bit by little. We get very strategic about this in our 90-day and within our membership. We're very strategic about it so that it doesn't overwhelm you as you're making changes. Okay.
Mhm.
That's the biggest challenge that everybody has. And it's really simple. The philosophy behind it is very simple. Incorporating in can be a challenge for a lot of us, but quite simply, sugar by itself or an excess amount spikes your system. Then you go into a crash, right? Here's your balance, here's your neutral. Little bit, little bit. Well, guess what? The next time it happens, it goes higher because your pleasure center says, well, we've already gone here. We need to go here. So if
Yeah.
you go here, we're going to crave more. We want more. We want more, right? That's where craving
Mhm.
comes in. That's what happens. But if you combine that sweet, especially a healthy sweet from food, dried cherries are food. Almonds have sweet. They're whole food. Dark chocolate, whole food. The added sugar in mine, not whole food. But everything else, whole foods, right? So our brain gets that sugar hit, but if there's fat and there's fiber. And what happens is that slows the rise. It steadies the fall. So you're not spiking, you're not going straight up. You're slowly increasing it. You're not going very high up. Very, very small movements. And this creates fewer crashes. And in doing so, reduces those cravings.
Mhm. Yeah. And that's what it feels like, less cravings when you include your nervous system in your thought process in the conversation. And it doesn't
Mhm.
have to be like, I'm thinking of my nervous system. It's just that you're creating safety for all the reasons that we've talked about this evening. So,
Yeah.
and it's interesting because especially because I've been battling sugar cravings for a very long time. It's something I talk about. People think I never crave sugar. Wrong. It's not about that at all. It's really more about the goal is letting sugar cravings not run your life so that you can have
Right.
sugar and enjoy healthier versions like this. Or like we said, if you're at a birthday party and they don't have the best cake, you eat the cake. It's that you don't feel controlled by them. So
Yeah.
yeah. So
It
it's
doesn't.
different.
It is. It's a different mindset. And there's a lot of people that come to work with us that will tell us that. They say it's very different and they don't know what to expect when they first start. Like one of the quotes that we hear often with our 90-day people several weeks in is, I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't this. And it's in a good way. They were expecting to be handed this, like, here's your meal plan. Here's what you're going to eat. Here's what you're not going to eat, and having this long list. But
Mhm.
that's not how it works. There's a slow, steady, strategic process so that busy women, like all of us here,
Uh,
Carrie and I we're not immune to that. We are extremely busy women. I mean, you've
yeah.
got Carrie and single mom, you got me and the twins, and Brian off working his million hours a week. It's a busy lifestyle where it's modern day. That's what happens, right?
Yeah.
And if you're sitting there and you're like, well, I can't do this constantly.
Oh,
I
you don't
can't
need that.
make these treats every week. I can't do this or that. Well, okay, what can you do? Because the automatic response of your nervous system is, I can't. If it's unknown, your nervous system automatically says, nope, not for me, can't do it. And it puts you in self sabotage mode. It's one of
Yeah.
the things that we focus on in our community, in our membership, but specifically, this is one of the main focal points for the first 3 to 4 weeks of our 90-day program because it's an automatic response that we have learned over the
Yeah.
years.
Mhm.
And it feels like a lot. And when you put it into practice using specific minimal practices, micro practices, it becomes so much easier to include. Things like this dark chocolate almond treat that is literally, you guys, just it's a snack. It's an afternoon snack. It could be breakfast.
Yeah.
It's not really, I mean, it's dessert, but it's not really dessert. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would
So
have no problem eating that for breakfast.
no, no. I mean, seriously, chocolate and cherry for breakfast? Hello, let's go. And really, what your nervous system is looking for in all of this is not all these million recipes for you to include into your regimen. It's asking for support, it's asking for structure, it's asking for repetition. I can
Yeah.
guarantee you that these balls, when I find the rest of my food processor, when I make this, it is going to go into rotation probably for a good 3 to 4 weeks. We
Mhm.
usually make it three to
Can I
four
dip
weeks,
this in
and then
there?
we need new flavors. Um,
Oh, yeah.
so, I mean, you have to use specific strategies to meet you where you are.
Okay, I wanna show you, I dipped it in the chocolate.
Oh my God, that's so, I
So I'm gonna
love
put it
that.
on parchment paper to just dry, and I'll put it in the freezer or the fridge. Here you go, buddy. I'm gonna let my
You
lovely
guys, that looks
assistant
so
make the
good.
rest of those for me. Um,
I,
okay, perfect. Thanks, buddy. Um,
I
sorry. I love that you also were
you're
talking
good.
about so in the 90 days, um, women also are like they'll come to us exactly like you said, and they'll be like, "Hey, I didn't do exactly what I thought I was like what my goal was for last week," and we're like, "Okay,
Mhm.
like you don't need to hide from us. You don't need to miss calls, right? Like we're not here to like shame, guilt, whatever. Like I worked with those trainers, I worked with those people." That does not
Yeah.
work because again that creates that you're not safe and that you're not doing stuff for yourself and that you don't trust yourself. You have to be reliant on other people. Mm-mm-mm. That's what we teach
Yep.
you is how to trust yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the things that we heard just this past week from one of our new members of the 90 day is she was saying that she was behind. She's a week behind because she hadn't started the second week. And I was like, well, no, you're not a week behind. You are where you are. This is not to say that we want you to take forever to get through the program, but in reality, every single woman that has been through our program has been through it in their own time.
Mhm.
Majority finish in 90-day. We have a handful that don't. They finish in 6 months,
Yeah.
and that is the way that it works. The
Yeah.
joy of the program is that it works that way. And everything that Carrie and I do together, everything we did before we even met was very similar. So for us to meet
Yeah.
and start this together was seamless. So if you're one of those women out there who you're done with the plans, you're done tracking all the things because like you got to track all the things to do all the things, right?
Yeah.
You've tried to outthink your appetite, you've tried to outthink your habits, and you still don't trust yourself with food or trying to figure out how to lose weight because of the food and the mindset and all the things, or you feel like all these things are just too time consuming and overwhelming, you don't really need that willpower and the discipline that you think you need. You
Yeah.
don't need the million item task list.
Mhm.
You don't even really need more time.
Yeah.
I mean that realistically that's not possible, you guys. We can't give you more time. I If I could give anyone more time, I'm sorry, I would send it this way.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
need systems. You need systems. You need strategies. You need things that makes taking care of you and including you in that mix more normal
Mhm.
and just part of the day.
Yeah, and
Not
learning how to do that, like you said, we've been so conditioned to not do that, especially as women.
mhm,
We put ourselves 3rd, 4th, everybody else's needs, and so we're just teaching you how to do that, thank you, in a healthy, sustainable way, and get rid of cravings, all the good stuff. So if you're like, okay, yes, everything we're talking about, that loop of like shaming yourself, guilting yourself, using food to manage the emotions, feeling like you've tried everything. Maybe this sounds a little different. Maybe you're ready to like really change that loop. And the next step for that would be our 90-day mind and body reset. So it's not a white knuckle meal plan. It's not.
Mm-mm.
It's strategic figuring out what works for you. And like truly, ladies, like what works for you. Yes, there is a system, but we figure out how that works for you and in your daily life and how to get rid of cravings. Really.
Yeah. I mean, that's the big thing. That's something that a lot of our ladies come to us because they have these cravings. They don't know what to do with them. They've tried everything else and the cravings don't go anywhere. And the cravings are one of the main reasons that they fall back into old habits. So, if we can calm the cravings by stabilizing blood sugar and help you understand what your body's signals are without sending you spiraling anywhere, then now we create a rhythm and it works whether your life is easy that week or it's busy as all get out. All
Yeah.
right. We don't do
Yeah.
the start over Monday thing. There's no start over. There is just we're starting and this is life and health is a practice.
Yeah.
We have to be healthy the rest of our lives. We
Mhm.
have to practice every single day. We have to shift that mindset. And that's part of the foundation of the 90-day program.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not I love that. It's not a quick fix, like, and you're gonna need another 90 days. Like, that's why some women we let take longer than 90 days
Yeah.
because they are building a lifestyle. They are figuring out how that works. Like, you're never gonna need another program after this. Like, we are that confident
No.
in it because you are learning what works for you, not what Bonnie told you to do, not what I told you to do. And so you figure out how it fits into your life with us supporting you, with the community supporting you. Like women in community supporting each other. I mean, we can
Oh
do
yeah.
anything. We can do anything.
We can. And if you're thinking, I don't trust myself,
Mm,
that makes sense. That makes sense. A lot of the ladies that we talk to, that is one of the feelings that they have is they don't trust themselves. They don't
yeah.
trust that they can do this. And I mean,
Yeah.
do this. They're thinking it's going to be like, here's your meal plan, and here's your step by step, and da 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 da
Yep.
da da da.
Yep.
Instead of a guided program that gives you the tools and the education you need to take those steps. You're still taking those steps. You're
Yep.
doing it in your own time,
Hmm.
and you're doing it in a way that is very, very healthy versus here's this, here's this, here's this, here's this. So, trust
Yeah.
is not built by promising perfection. It's not.
Hmm.
Trust is built by practicing, having support, having a plan that does not collapse when life starts lifing.
Yeah. Because it will.
Hmm. When you
It
least expect it, it will.
yeah, it's going to. And I mean, nothing's ever going to be perfect. So we need to figure out how that fits into life. And I think that's how a lot of women get thrown off because they get on these super restrictive or just hard plans, right? And then like
Yeah.
something happens and we're like, heck, yeah, forget it. Just forget it. So
Yeah.
if you're like, wow, ladies, all of that sounds amazing, please have a conversation with us. We are going to put the link to the 90 days. If you're like, I am so ready, like sign me up. We're going to put the link with this video. Or but if even if you have some questions or you're unsure, like please have a conversation with us. We're not going to pressure you into something that does not work for you. Unless it's a no pressure conversation. Let's chat. Let's see what you're thinking.
Yeah.
Maybe you have been burned before. Maybe you want to know how this is different. So please reach out
Yeah.
to us because we'd love to have that conversation.
Absolutely. We love talking about this program.
Oh gosh, yeah.
It it pulled the best parts of both of our programs together. And I mean, we have phenomenal results. I hesitate to say 100%. I think it's like 99.99999. We'll go there. We had our beta program or our beta year last year, and this year's full program, no holds bar. We know it works. We're kicking it out.
Mm,
So you get to be one of the ones to take advantage of this. Now, a few reminders before we leave you. Um, you are not failing. This is
mm,
not willpower, and you have the strength within you have the confidence within you, and you have the wherewithal within you to improve your health day in, day out without all the bullshit crap that comes with it.
Yeah.
Um,
Yes. Yeah.
so
Cravings are not a flaw.
no, they aren't. They're signals. They tell you what you need to know.
Yeah.
We can't see inside of our bodies, so our body has to communicate somehow,
Mhm.
right? I am
Awesome.
curious how your cherry bite tastes.
Oh, ready? Okay. So
Yeah.
these haven't really cooled. So they're going to be a little messy, but I mean, who cares about that? Boy,
Yeah,
mom.
right?
Mm. Oh my gosh. This is so good. If this came out of the freezer or in the fridge and it was a little bit hardened, it'd be even better. So good.
Okay, so
Oh, we put them in the fridge. My lovely assistant's gonna put them
oh.
in the fridge. Don't worry, Casey's like, he doesn't want anyone to see him, just his hand. And I'll just continue eating this. But
Yeah, please do. So compare it to a what are those things? The cherry, the cherry maraschino cherries inside of the chocolate.
yeah, where there's like some weird goo around it. I mean, I lived on those forever.
Yeah, me too.
Mhm. Yeah. Again, we've done it. We've done it. Mm, so good. So I
I
guess
love
I don't
that.
know. Maybe we'll see. Thank you all for coming. Maybe we'll
Yeah,
stop
thank you for
for
being
any
here.
Q&A. If anyone has any questions,
Yeah.
we would love to answer those.
Yeah. All right, you guys, I am going to stop the recording because we always do Q&A privately. So thank you so much for spending the night with us. And I hope yours were as good as Carrie's. If not, definitely reach out because, we love trying to figure out what's wrong,
Mm,
especially if that means we can make more.
yes.
So ladies who've been with us tonight, give us just 1 second and we'll bring everybody back and we'll do our Q&A. So give me a sec. Thanks, guys.